All right, welcome to 13 Knot Reviews, and today we are reviewing Megalodon. I think it's a 2018 made-for-TV film, and it is directed by James Thomas. Now, made-for-TV means no nudity and probably no blood. For a shark movie, that is fucking weird. No blood in a shark movie. I don't remember any blood, but I'm pretty sure there's no blood. I wasn't really, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I couldn't sleep, having a little anxiety. I have anxiety, so I figured this might help me out a little bit. Come on here and talk to y'all. Usually I like to talk to somebody. So we have, I wasn't going to, like I said, I wasn't going to do this one. I just got through watching it the other day. And it has a special appearance from Michael Madsen, which is what drew me to the movie. And it did help the movie. I'll go ahead and tell you that. Basically, the plot of the movie: a military vessel on the search for an unidentified submersible, which is not really technically true. They're not really on the search for a sub vessel. I mean, it just happens to happen down there. Like you got the Russians in the sub down below, and they're drilling for information, trying to hit some kind of line so they can get info on the United States or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. We get a little political in the film, not a whole lot, but they do. But while drilling, they release a giant shark. Sound familiar? Like piranha, stuff like that. Anyway, the giant shark gets released from the underground. I don't know what it was doing, but I guess there was an underground something that it released it, and it attacked the sub down below. Set off the sonars, and the U.S. ship above, is trying to figure out what's going on, and they go down to see if there's any survivors. And this movie is also, besides Michael Madsen, the movie is starring Caroline Harris as Commander Lynch, and she does a pretty good job in this film. I mean, I can't really say a whole lot for the rest of them, but she does good. Ego, I don't know him. I was trying to find the other main guy, but anyway, he is Michael Madsen plays Admiral King, so they gave him like the king and an admiral. I don't blame him. I would have to. Admiral King. Anyway, you don't really see Michael Madsen that much in the film, so don't get too excited. Basically, you see him at the first, you see him at the middle, you see him at the end. Very cool. And, they rescue the Russians, and they send this little sub-vessel down there and rescue, 3 Russians. Of course, those 3, fed the other ones to the shark, pretty much. So they send the vessel down there. They rescue 3 Russians in this little vessel with you got 3 Americans and 3 Russians in a vessel, and the shark ends up swallowing the vessel, and they sit in this shark's stomach for a little while. So, and then they end up driving, which is kind of close because I've read the book, The Meg. That actually happens in the book. I can't remember if that happens in the movie or not. But in the book is way different. He drives into the Meg on purpose, though. I don't think they did that to try to kill the shark. But they're swallowed by it in their vessel, and they wait for the shark to open its mouth, I guess, and drive out. I don't know, something's wrong with it. They fix it, and they drive out of the mouth of the shark. Now, this movie cannot be taken very seriously. It's a sci-fi movie, so it's on par with. It's a little more serious, but it's CGI'd to hell and back. Here's the DVD. I forgot to show this at the beginning. Like I said, I'm not really feeling real well. I got it at Family Video. Megalodon. And then, they got Michael Madsen on the front, because he's in the whole film, but he's not. No, he's not. And I like the tagline on the back, and it's in parentheses, which is great because nobody is claiming they said it. So this is a giant-sized horror show in the tradition of Godzilla and Jaws. But it doesn't say who said it, so I guess they made up their own quote for the film and put it on the back. Yay, y'all. But so it ends up being like a Russians getting on the ship, and it ends up being a subplot like Russians fighting the U.S. on the boat while the shark's down below. That kind of rhymed. And basically, they finally get I don't really want to spoil it too much. So, I mean, you got that fight, and then you got the fight going on with the shark. Basically, that's it. There's not really a lot to this film. Like I said, it's a sci-fi film. The shark looks CGI'd so much that it looks fucking terrible. There's no blood. There's no nudity, which is not a huge thing. I'm just letting you know before you watch it. It's a made-for-TV film. So, leading up to that is about it. I mean, this is going to be like the shortest review I ever fucking did in my life. I believe. The coolest part about this film is Michael Madsen, of course. There is no other draw for me in this film besides Michael Madsen. That's the only reason I bought it. I wanted to see Michael Madsen. And you know, he's got his little zingers, his little one-liners. Remember Reservoir Dogs? You gonna bark all day, little doggy? You gonna bite? I mean, in this one, though, he does have his little thing. Like, it's a very cool scene, though, because he lights his cigar. They got this little noise thing. They're trying to attract the shark onto the boat. And it's kind of like the Jaws scene with Quint, where Jaws gets on the boat and he eats Quint. But Michael Madsen, he turns on the noise to attract the shark. He sits down, lights his cigar, and waits on the shark. And the shark busts up in there, and it stops right in front of him. And Michael Madsen don't even flinch. He's just looking at him smoking a cigar, looking at this big ass shark. Looks at the shark and says, "You know, my wife keeps telling me I need to quit smoking. I guess today is as good a day as any." And proceeds to take a puff of the cigar, blow it out, and then put it out on the shark's nose. Which is the best, my highlight of the film. I can't help it. I thought it was fucking awesome. Sitting there just waiting, smoking a cigar, does his little one-liner, and then puts the fucking cigar out on the shark's nose. I can't get no better than that. I mean, with no blood or anything in the film, that was my highlight. Through the first of the film, you really didn't like Michael Madsen's character. Towards the end of the film, you kind of like his character a little more. He gets a little more likable. But, I mean, it's worth checking out if you like shitty shark films, which I do. I watch all the sci-fi shark films. I still haven't seen Ghost Shark. I want to see that. It hasn't gotten a DVD release in the States. For some reason, I think it's got one overseas, though. I may have to get that one. Trailer Park Shark, I watched it, of course. Of course, Sharknado. I haven't seen all of them. I need to watch those. I need to get those. But anyway, this is Megalodon 2018. If you like bad shark films, and look at this on the back, though. I mean, and the shark doesn't look like that at all. It looks like some kind of prehistoric shark with like horns almost or something on it. And it's so CGI'd. Everything's so CGI'd in it. It looks bad. Anyway, go check it out if you like those type of films. And I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Y'all come back and hang with me again sometime.